Ain't nothing peculiar about the way that I was raised, and my arm is on the way.
Okay, so I'm making my rounds before work. Ignore my back seat with all my... There, I ain't seen my... just ignore it. But, alright, so this one's gonna go with the Fisherman. So, and I got a friend that well, we don't like dash together, but she dashes and I dash, and we go back and forth talking all night and stuff. We become really good friends, and she's actually from North Carolina, around Charleston, and I had her listen to JJ's accent and asked her if that was, because I told her about what he said, because I did ask him about his accent, if that was like something that was common in his area, or if that was something that like maybe he was from somewhere else and moved there and, you know, just has that accent. So, because to me it kind of, some of the interviews, it kind of sounds a little Creole, I guess depending on the interview and the mics and stuff. But, and I did ask JJ about it, and he did say that was that. He said that's that Robeson County accent. I'm sorry, I get a kick out of the accent, y'all. Well, listen.
I swear, when you said Robinson County, North Carolina, is what popped in my head, but I didn't know you were doing anything with North Carolina. But yes, that is definitely a North Carolina accent. And let me tell you, girl, some of them have such strong accents you can't even understand what they're saying.
Okay, so where does this come into play at? You wonder? Some may wonder. Others will know. But that 911 call, in which in part 3, which I'm going to try and put this one with part 3, but part 3 is going to be like an hour long, y'all. So, and that's why I had to break this down to set different parts, because I mean, we talked for a long time, and the only thing I'm editing out or anything is like personal information or stuff that is information for the FBI. So, and I think that information is more important getting to the FBI, the Department of Justice, and stuff like that, than it is putting it in the video and risking the case. You know what I mean? So, which I know y'all would understand that and respect that. So we're all good. This phone from last night when I was working while I was in bed. Alright, so we should... Dang bumps. I only got my mount to stay on. Copyright, no copyright. We'll have to edit it out. Alright, so here we go, y'all.
I swear, when you said Robinson County, North Carolina, is what popped in my head, but I didn't know you were doing anything with North Carolina. But yes, that is definitely a North Carolina accent. And let me tell you, girl, some of them have such strong accents you can't even understand what they're saying. There's a part close to where I lived, around Emerald Isle, that they literally, when they talk, they sound like pirates. They sound like they just jumped off of a boat. I'm not laughing, making fun of them, but I'm telling you, they do. They sound like, "Arr, mate." I'm telling you, they sound just like a pirate.
And she told me I could use these for in my video. I told her, you know, I wouldn't put her on blast or anything.
Not mistaken, Robinson County is around Fayetteville, Pembroke area. So yeah, they have a little bit of a different language or accent.
Alright, and then I'm gonna go to the stuff we typed about, because whenever I get home, because me and her do this like all night long while we're working, doing the voice messages, and then whenever I get home and get into bed and stuff, then we start typing so that way we don't wake hubby up. Let me get parts. So the things that we typed last night, which I'll add this so y'all can read it too, but it says Lumberton is a very bad and dangerous area, girl. I'm not even joking. You don't mess around with Lumberton, which we know that. And because she doesn't know much about the case or anything, but I was telling her how Mica was gang stalked, and then she was like, yeah, there's places there that the cops won't even go. And I said, yeah, I did a video on the corruption there, and I sent that to her so if she wanted to watch it. And then she said, my son's wife, my daughter-in-law, she has a lot of family from that area. And it says, oh yeah, and if you're female and intentionally passed away there, it'll be ruled as an intentional passing away, if you follow me. So, which I wonder, you know what, I'm gonna ask her tonight if her daughter will let me talk to her. But alright, y'all, I'm gonna go get hubby's food and I'm gonna get started for work. I got 10 minutes before we get this $3 peak pay. So, but I just wanted to do this real quick, let y'all hear that, and like I said, I'll put that in there so y'all can read it. And thank y'all. I just want to let y'all know I accidentally lied to y'all, even though it don't really matter, I guess. But yeah, the peak pay is not $3; it's $1.50. But still, that's better than what we usually get. So, but I just wanted to let y'all know that.
Just he's so loud. I went and tried to find him.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm just not that person no more.
Right.
Kill him with kindness. But yeah, like I say, Veronica, if it happened to me all over again, like I said, I've never been involved in a mess like this. I've never been involved with the social media. I ain't never even paid no attention of how cruel social media can be.
Right.
But I would have got myself together, and to be honest with you, I don't know, and it might have, I just can't really see some of the things that might have been changed up. I can't really remember changing anything up. I just don't see where it really made that much difference. But now I do, I guess.
Right.
But if I did change up something, I trust and believe me, it was not intentional.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, and I think a lot of the things that people were missing was like the context of things, you know, because I mean, without context to certain things, you know, certain things can be like turned around or, you know, whatever, you know. So I mean, I think that was like one of the major things. And I mean, because context could mean the whole world, you know, a difference.
Yeah, just like with the people in the boat. To me, you know, they were irrelevant because I know where they were at. I know they didn't have that. It was just I wasn't really thinking about it. That was irrelevant.
Right.
But now I know, since I brought it up, you know, that it was an important thing to be heard. But, you know, like I say, Veronica, none of that stuff could have been seen if I hadn't had that map on there.
Right.
To show the people where the people in the boat were at, that there's no way they had anything to do with it, you know.
Right. Yeah, because I mean.
And listen, baby, listen. I've been living around here all my life, and I had found out, like I told you, when I was down there with that he calls himself a bishop. He had a map on there. He showed me that there was a path running all the way from that slough all the way to Highway 74. Do you know how far that is?
Probably pretty far.
It's a long ways, and I never knew that. I never knew there was a path going to that, straight to that path, straight to that slough like that. I never knew nothing about it, but that amazed me.
Right.
That's a good ways from that slough to that 74.
Yeah, and I heard that he owned like 200 acres or something.
Yeah, but
over there?
I don't think it's. From what I understand, it's not on around Princess Anne. I don't know. I really don't know where it's at, to be honest with
Oh,
you.
you talking about the attorney?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Well, did you
I
know?
don't.
Did you know that Micah's phone pinged over there at Princess Anne?
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
okay?
Yeah, it's on that map.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on that map, and I mean, I didn't understand that. I was thinking it was further away from the slough,
Right.
but because I started trying to pinpoint it to where that shot that I heard. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. You're
But,
trying to put the
but
pieces together too.
yeah, but getting back to the signal, I don't know where she was at to get a signal. I don't know where she made the phone call at. I mean, the phone call didn't really sound real to me, no way, to be honest with you.
Right.
But you go back to the birds, this, that, and the other. You didn't hear nothing like that, and that's all you hear when you're out there.
Yeah.
And at the river. Even matter of fact, that day I had that interview with that girl, I paid that attention. You could hear birds chirping like crazy.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy. It really is. It's really crazy. There's something else I want to tell you too. I'm trying to think.
Well, give me just a second. Y'all let you think about it, and then let me run into this Little Caesars and grab my order real quick.
What are you getting at Little Caesars, honey?
Oh, I'm getting somebody's food, not mine. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You getting to work with me today.
I'll tell you what now, how his food is, I'd hate to have to feed you.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Order, Mr. Johnny.
I forgot you were doing DoorDash. That just came to me.
Yeah.
I forgot that quick. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's not like a everyday thing you hear.
I was just sorry for thinking you was eating up Alabama.
Oh no. Hey, I would too now. I used to be able to do that.
Just these two.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Thank you. But yeah.
I'm gonna get off here after I tell you this. I'm gonna let you go to work. We can talk another time. But I'm gonna tell you this one thing here. I forgot you were doing that. But anyway.
It's all right.
Her sister, I had stayed out of work that day. I was when I'm out of work, boy, they know something's wrong with me. They always call her and check on me. But anyway,
Aw.
I hardly ever miss work. But I was feeling bad that day, and I decided to take that day off. But excuse me. But anyway, it happened to be the day that Mica's family went to the park. Okay. She messaged me. Yeah, she messaged me and asked me would I come out there and meet them. And I don't know how she was able to get a signal, but I guess she was outside of the park at that time. But anyway, I told her I was feeling bad this time. I didn't feel like going, But anyway, a few minutes later, I figured she had got down there to where Mica was at.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried to FaceTime me, and I could just understand a little bit of what I said. What was her name? I'm already forgot. Not Abigail, but
Was it Sierra?
Sierra. I said, Sierra, honey, forget it. I don't know if she even heard me. I said, you ain't got enough a signal to do all of this. I said, just forget it. Like I said, I don't know if she heard me or not. But anyway,
Right.
I made myself get up out of that bed and I went down there and met them. That's when I met her daddy and everything. But I was just telling you that because, there's no signal down there at that place. And they even asked me about it. She said, is it like this down here as far as getting? I said, no, you can't. Certain places you might get it, but you better stop if you do.
Right. Yeah.
No, you can't get service out here really. But yeah, that was one of the other things I wanted to tell you. I shook her daddy's hand, and they just were so nice to me and everything, and this, that, and the other. But I have seen one thing on there with one of her other sisters. She talked like she thought I was suspicious, but I ain't never approached them no more, you know,
Right.
family.
Yeah.
I said, what's the use of me sitting here trying to do? Because I'm the one who told them where she was at. They didn't know nothing about it. They knew nothing about it. Because I even offered her, you know, that I would take her back to where I was at. She said, oh, no, I don't want. She said, but my sister probably would do it. I said, well, if y'all need me to do it, I'll do it. I said, I can take my other boat and put you in it and take you over there if you want to. She said, my sister might want to. She said, but I just can't. I said, well, I understand that.
Right.
Yeah, I understand, but I wasn't by no means trying to make this about me.
Right.
I wasn't no pity party or nothing like that. But like I say, you know, I wish they would have at least spoke up for me and said, hey, Mr. Jacobs, Johnny, or the Fisherman, whatever they wanted to call me, he had no play in this at all.
Right. And that really, I know that had to hurt so bad too.
It did. It actually got me to where I started talking. Because she, you know what she told me? She said, Johnny, just don't be talking to people, this, that, and the other. And I was like, good God, I've got to talk something.
Right.
You know, for myself, you know.
Right.
Y'all ain't speaking up for me.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, I get it, because, I mean, it's your name, it's your life. I mean, you're the one that's having to live it and worry and stuff, you know? So it's like, somebody throw me something.
I mean, I know people around here, it wouldn't bother them, but I'm just not that person. I can't, you know, I don't owe them nothing. I'm not that person.
Right.
I feel like I can give you an explanation, but it's going to be left up to you to believe me or not.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you what happened. If you don't believe it, oh well.
Right. It's off your chest, you know?
From what I see right now with some of these people on here, if they would have been there that day, they still would have had something to say about them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, and that's just how some people are. I mean, they just run with whatever. I want to apologize to you again. I am truly, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry, Mr. Johnny.
You don't have to owe me an apology. But thank you, but you don't owe me no apology.
I think there's a lot of people owe you an apology.
Yeah. I don't know. Or the devil's got his hands in this stuff, man. I'm telling you, he does it. What hurts me to see is a lot of people on their post, they got God up there, this, that, and the other, you know.
Right.
They still, I mean, people's got faults. I got my faults. I'm not trying to condemn nobody or do nothing like that, but they have condemned me for it.
Oh, right, yeah.
But, you know, right's right, wrong's wrong. I just don't see a person out here trying to really prove that he had nothing to do. Why would he even be doing something like that? You know?
Yeah.
Why would I even be out there? It'd be like I would be trying to lie. I mean, I don't know if you've been on my post or anything, on my page or anything, but you don't see nothing on my page negative. You know?
No, I mean, I've looked at it some, but I mean, I didn't go digging or nothing.
I mean, you can usually go on somebody's page right there and tell a little bit of what type of person they are. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not that person. I got a daughter that's looking at my page. I got family that's looking at my page. I'm not going to put nothing on there.
Right.
People just using this Facebook and this TikTok. It's a beautiful thing to have, but people just abused it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of power behind words and stuff, you know? I mean, it really does affect people's lives.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this here, and you're gonna say you crazy thing. I'm gonna tell you what happened the day before my birthday. I had $1,300. You might have heard this. I had $1,300 in my pocket. I usually go to the bank and put it in the bank. That day, I was gonna go pay my. I got some furniture. I was gonna go ahead and pay it off. I had in my mind that I was gonna pay it off. But I had it in my pocket. That's something I don't usually do. But I went to the river fishing that day. And I stopped at this bait and tackle shop that I usually stop at. I know the people, they like family.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, baby, listen, will you take this money here and keep it for me? Because I said, I'm getting ready to go to the river. And I'm just scared somebody might be down there and might try to rob me or something. I said, will you just hold this money until I get back? She said, yeah, I'll hold it for you. So I seen her, she put it in a paper bag. So I went on to I didn't think nothing of it because I could trust them. So I went on to the river fishing. Done fished a little while, came back, her daughter come out the front door with my money. And I looked in there, the money was in the bag. I didn't count it because I trusted the people.
Right.
Right before I got to the house, somebody called me and started telling me about what people was saying on TikTok, what people was saying, doing this, doing that. And I was there listening to them. Had my mind all in a bind.
Oh.
Meanwhile, I take this bag with my money in it. You know how you have a little trash lid in your car after you eat
Right.
something? I always keep a bag and keep my little trash in because I don't throw trash outside the highway. Started taking this trash, talking to these people, putting it in that bag. Veronica.
Don't tell me you. Nuh-uh.
Went to the side of the field over there, took some other papers and mess out of my car truck, and burned it.
No. Oh my. That was worse than I was thinking.
Burned. Standing there on the phone watching the money burn.
Lord have mercy.
And you know when I realized it?
Your destination is on
About an hour later, I was sitting there on the couch. Sitting there in the recliner. I said, Lord, don't tell me I've done what I think I've done.
I thought I was the only one that did crazy stuff like that, not thinking.
I went out there to my truck. I didn't see that bag. I said, I did it.
Oh my goodness.
It had quit burning. I walked out there and I moved the mess around, and that money I had it folded up, and it had burnt all the way around the edges up to the serial number.
Oh my goodness.
$1,300.
Man, so I mean, this has cost you money too, literally, because your mind's just like going everywhere, and I mean, you can't even think straight. I mean, just a nervous wreck.
My mind has I've had, what do you call it, traumatized from it.
Oh yeah.
I'll get now to where I can be talking and say what I want to say and forget it that quick. I mean, people say, oh, that's just age. That's the way it's just age.
Right.
I still believe it. Yeah. They had me worked that day on that phone. I just got my mind off of what I was doing and and trust me, I ain't got $1,300 to burn. Are you there, baby? Uh-oh. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But
Yeah, I thought I'd share it with you.
my goodness. Man, oh man.
And not too long after that, my sister came over here and said her lights were getting cut off.
Oh my goodness. And it's always like when it's one thing, it's another. It's like.
So when COVID come around, you know, they gave people 3 or 4 months, you know.
Right.
They would allow. She never used it. So she's sitting over there just letting the months go. I said, how much? She said, probably right about 2. I said, 2,000.
Oh my goodness.
I said, yo, I said, why didn't you come to me when it's the first light bill you come to me? Here I go.
Hard head.
Went down there and paid it. So you might as well say $3,000 gone.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we got about the same kind of luck then.
But I really need it. But the moral of the story is, I really need that $7.
Oh my goodness. You're going to have me crying.
You probably want to send me the whole $15.
You are too funny. Hey, now I'll send paid you $7.50 now.
Yeah, get the whole thing now. Yeah, you crazy for burning money. Now, that's your fault.
I can't even say nothing because I've done stupid stuff like that too, just not even thinking.
Jesus, man. That was
Oh,
the
my
day before
goodness.
my birthday. My sister looked at me and kept saying, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" I said, "God, shut up. There ain't nothing wrong with me. I ain't never tell anybody until about a month later."
Oh my goodness, yeah. They were like, what happened? I don't even know. I don't know nothing.
Now I just love baby. Keep trying, you know?
That's too funny. You did that perfectly too. That was perfect timing. I'm gonna feel like I had an ab workout now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something about that smile and that laugh, baby. It increases your face value, believe it or not.
I believe. Hey, at least something's increasing our value. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I got to see some things on there. You know, I had just purchased that car of mine in February. I seen where JP bought him that car. I said, "What in the world?"
Yeah.
Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that?
I've heard people talk about it, and I'm thinking like, well, you know, it's like around tax time, and you know, I mean, people get their taxes back.
No, I mean, I'm pretty good with my money as far as, well, it don't sound like I am, but I really am.
You literally burning it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I had got in the mood. I got a Chevrolet Silverado. It's been a good truck. It's got 336,000 miles on it. But you ought to see it. It still looks good. It's in good shape.
Ooh.
But I said I got to have me something, you know, if I decide to go somewhere. I never thought I'd be driving a car. Matter of fact, I'm actually thinking about trading it in. But anyway, I said I was going to get me either was a Camaro. I never thought I'd be driving a Challenger.
Right.
But anyway, I got it at such a good deal. I liked the car. The people that I showed the picture to, they loved it. I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and get it. And that's what I done.
Right.
But yeah, I've been working since I knew what work was, you know.
Right.
Nobody give me nothing. I bought my first car. I always bought my school clothes. I ain't never put no burden on my parents to buy for me.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't never asked for nothing. I've always, whatever I've got, I've worked for it. But
oh yeah, that's why I'm out here working these streets, you know.
You doing what?
I'm working these streets. I don't ask my hubby for nothing. I mean, unless I, you know, absolutely have to. But I mean,
right. Well,
you know, I'd rather. Yeah, you know, like I'd rather be able to provide. Like he handles all the big stuff, you know, like house payments and stuff, and you know, I'm like, hey, I'll make sure you're fed, you know, and got the small things that you can't afford throughout the week because bills, you know. So
makes a difference, man. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah, especially now. Oh my goodness, everything's gone up so much.
I'm telling you.
Man.
Yeah, I just wish I had somebody here to cook for me. I'd be tickled to death.
Hey, I would cook. I actually hadn't cooked in so long. I used to love cooking, and then the kids got grown, and you know, I was actually managing a trailer park, and there was times I wouldn't get home till maybe 12 o'clock at night. So I mean, there was literally like no time to cook. So I just got out of habit, you know, and then the kids grew up, and so now it's like, well, it's just me and him, so it's cheaper just to go buy something.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, and I'm
Just
like,
maybe cook every once in a while. Or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I mean, we do that, and I mean, like I'll use the apps and stuff and get coupons, and heck, I could feed you for under $5, you know. I mean, that's just how I like to save, and you know, stuff like that too. But man, you can't even save these days.
I'm tell you, I tell anybody, I'd hate to know I had a family to feed today.
I know. I'm like, thank God my kids are grown, because there is no way. I've never struggled this much, and my kids are grown, you know, even when they were younger, and, you know, I mean, whoo, yeah.
I feel for people, I really do, because I know it is for me a struggling time. You know, I'm by myself. I just can't imagine. You know.
Right, I know it.
Thank the Lord. You know, I'm making more money than I've ever made, but really it just balances out with what I was making to start with. But I'm thankful.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for what I am making. You know, it
Right.
is what it is.
Yeah. I know they told my husband, you know, like, well, we're going to give you a raise. And he's like, no, please don't, because then that puts you in that higher tax bracket. And I mean,
That's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, and you work all these hours and stuff, and it's either like, if you don't get overtime, you're not getting paid enough. But if you do get overtime, then they take so much of your check, you know, and it's like, how do you make this much an hour but only bringing in so much every 2 weeks? Like, that don't make no sense. How are people supposed to survive, you know?
It is crazy.
It is.
Just like that little boat that I was fishing in that day. You know, I'm paying taxes on that boat, and I had that boat probably, well, the other boat that I had, it's just a little one-man boat. It ain't but a few dollars, but they're gonna find a way to get $1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Where I live at, they're the same way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
I got a post on my page. I got to get up and go to work because the people on welfare is depending on me.
There you go.
That's right.
It's true.
You know, this mess ain't just started. This mess has been going on for years.
Oh yeah, definitely. But that's
it's just spiraling caught up real.
Right. Right. Oh my goodness, you're gonna have my mascara running. Oh my goodness.
People say, well, you got that candy when you come up to the door. This ain't all already.
Right? You want beef or chicken? Yeah.
Oh, Lord, I'm glad I could get you to laugh things off. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, and I mean, everything sounds the same to me. I mean, it's just a big difference is context and some of the gaps being filled in, you know?
Yeah, Lord have mercy. I wish I could get everybody out there in that field right there.
Right.
With a microphone and just sit out there and tell them.
Yeah.
Well, like you say, though, Ron, I haven't been doing no digging or nothing because I don't want to. I know I'll just get upset. I got away from it in the past maybe month and a half. I'm just getting my life back, you know.
Right.
To where I'm not thinking about it every day. Or still like, you know, sort of looking behind my shoulder and stuff. No joke.
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah.
Because, you know, there was some things on there I seen where it said that I told one of the interviewers that I said that his lawyer had land. I never told nobody that. But it was put in there somehow.
Yeah.
On one of them interviews. I never told the interviewer. I never even said that that JP even done it because I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't never even said, hey, I know he did it because I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what happened. All I know what happened was what the law told me.
Right, and you just threw in there. I mean.
Yeah, I mean that's all I know. They had me cousins with JP. I was like, what in the world? I never even heard of no Miller, JP Miller.
Yeah, he's a character. He is a character.
Pure nut.
Yeah.
Pure nut is what he is.
Yeah, he is. He is. And
But I'm gonna tell you this: that who was that telling me that? They this was a couple of weeks ago. They told me they said they've got stuff on JP even if they don't get him for Mica, they got him for messing with young young girls. is
Oh
what I
yeah,
heard.
yeah, and a lot of financial stuff too.
And a lot of financial stuff that he'll be gone away for a long time. I said, well, oh, well.
Yeah, yeah, we don't feel bad for him.
Yeah, that's the person that you know, that I told you that told me that the FBI was talking with people.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, he said, well, they probably want him to come and talk with you. That's when I told him about that.
Did you know that JP's got so I was gonna say, like, make sure that whoever you do talk to, as far as like detectives or law enforcement, make sure that that's who they say they are, because I think
I've already been through that.
you heard. Okay, so you heard about JP hiring like private investigators and people actually thinking they're detectives and stuff, and
No, I hadn't heard about
Yeah.
that, but I
yeah,
did get in contact with one, and that I really thought that he really was, but I come to find out that he had been arrested for false cop, being a false false identification as a cop.
impersonating an officer.
There you go. But he was in another county.
Huh.
Yeah. He was telling me not to talk with other people doing this, that, and the other. But come to find out that Tyler, not Tyler that I was telling you about, had the thing, my name and everything. Come to find out he was working with her and was talking about me. And then I found out about it. And buddy, I put it on him. I put it on him, and I ain't hurt. But yeah, I've already been through that too. No, I'm not talking. You're gonna be the last person I talk to. But unless it's the FBI,
Well,
but something tells me that, you talk with this lady. I'm glad that I did.
I'm glad you talked to me too. I hadn't had a good conversation like this in a while.
Well, I'm so glad you got to meet me on the what.
I think we got a lot of the same sense of humor and stuff.
Yeah, I tried to, Lord, that's all I'm got. I tried to keep that.
I know it.
I can be down and out, Veronica, and you'll never know it, honey.
Right.
You'll never know it.
Yeah.
You can talk too, Veronica.
Who, me?
Yeah, I was looking at our messages last night. Girl, you kept right on.
I ain't no professional now, so I'm just talking. I gotta make up for that week.
Both times was talking what we love. Both times was talking. I know I'm about a horse over here with this COPD. I've been talking to him.
Oh goodness! Now I don't want you getting out of breath now. Have to send you that 750 for some oxygen.
What was that question about, Veronica?
What one?
That one about the cigarette smoking.
Oh, I asked you that? Oh, okay. Yeah, people were asking, like, or they were saying that, well, if you're a smoker, you're going to always have a lighter on you and this and that and the other. And I'm thinking, well, maybe you was trying to quit at that time. And I know when I was trying to quit, or when I did quit, and then something bad happened, the first thing I wanted was a cigarette. And so that's what I got. So I was thinking, well, maybe he was trying to quit and was like, well, you know what? I ain't got a lighter because I was trying to quit. So...
Believe it or not, this is the true fact about this. When I got to the river, before I even got to the river, I realized that my lighter was getting low. I smoked all that day up until maybe before I heard her crying and stuff. Before I went into the slough, that's about when my lighter had went out. Because like I told you, I was coming. I had no intentions of really going into that slough.
Right.
When I got to it, that's when I was headed to my truck. When I got to the slough, that's when I said, I'm going to go up there in that slough and try them for a little while. So, it wouldn't take me long to fish around it.
Right. So your lighter just quit working. That was it.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I had a lighter, but it had quit working.
Right.
And I was actually when I put my boat in the river that day, I was actually having to pad it to make it work. I said, Lord, maybe I'll get through the day.
Right, every trick to get that lighter to go until it just won't go no more.
But yeah, that's the...
Yeah, because people were thinking like, well, that was, weird, like he was out there all day and didn't have a lighter, and it's a smoker, and and I mean, like, people are missing a lot of context with things, and they're just like, okay, so he just left for 45 minutes to go get a lighter. And so that's why I asked you about the smoking and lighter and stuff, because I'm like, well, I mean, that's something I haven't heard anybody ask about that would make sense.
I ain't never even really thought about it. They hadn't even thought about it to what you just told me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even really think, why was they making such a big deal out of it? But I see why now.
Yeah, because I mean, that's why I was like, well, like, if I talk to him, yeah, really. Mm-hmm. I mean, I even still keep one on me now, and I don't smoke anymore. I vape, but I mean, I still keep one on me because, I mean, heck, you need a lighter sometimes.
You know what I done after that day?
What's that?
I took and put one in my tackle box for a spare, just in case it happened again.
Right. Like, you ain't gonna catch me leaving again for no lighter.
You better believe it.
I'm gonna have to find you some of those, waterproof matches and stuff.
And I'll tell you something else too. Lord knows it's bad to say, but if that happened to me again, honey, I just think I would just go on and ignore it. It's bad to say, but I would. I really doubt I would, because I ain't that type. But
right.
If I'm gonna make sure. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. 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 Because I mean, with the whole situation and everything, I mean, yeah, you were done pretty dirty.
God.
Man, and I'm so sorry too.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. I had never really put no thought in about that lighter, but I reckon that's why people would be thinking that.
Right, yeah, and then people, because they would hear like 45 minutes or an hour, and this and that and the other, and so everybody's like, okay, that's enough time to do this and that, and then, I don't even know how you coming back in a different car came into play, but I know that was another thing that I heard. And
it was just because I had said something about my car, probably.
Right.
To be honest with you, I really don't remember that. The whatchamacallit might have said something about it.
Right. And then everybody just ran with it being the same day, so.
Yeah, the maintenance man had to have said something about it. I don't remember saying nothing about it, but yeah. That's the only thing I can figure out. But
well, did I ask you any questions that were different?
No, just mostly that smoking thing.
Oh, okay. So I did do something different. You're my first actual big ever interview. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, I'm just a nobody. So, but I mean.
No, you're not, man. You are someone now.
But I'm gonna definitely let people know, though. Leave Johnny alone.
Yeah, I got some out there saying that, but thank you. That's all I can tell you, honey, is thank you. I really appreciate whatever you do try to do for me. I really do. But
well, I know actions will speak louder than words, so I will definitely prove it to you. And like I said, if there's any way I can help or anything or whatever.
Oh, I weren't saying that like that, baby.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I know you will, but yeah. It would be nice to know that people weren't. I mean, like I said, a lot of people probably wouldn't even think twice about it, but it just bothers me that there's people out there thinking stuff about me. And not only that, it's absolutely dangerous for people to be talking.
It is, yeah. And I mean, when I tell you that, I mean, I not maybe to that extreme, but I mean, I can understand, because I've had people that, went around and threw my name in the mud and stuff. And I'm like, I don't even mess with nobody. Like, I stay in my house and I work and that's it, So, and then it's like, well, this is where I live and you're coming here to where I live starting all this, I mean, yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, so.
Yeah. But say it is what it is.
Well,
It is what it is.
well, I'm so sorry, and I thank you so much for even giving me the time of day.
Hey, do whatever you want to do with what you got from me. It'll be fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine with me. But in my mind, I'll be thinking like
Yeah, I don't blame you.
people will be saying, "Well, he's just changed up again." This, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, it is what it is. I know.
Yeah,
I
and I
feel like
mean, when
you know.
as time goes by too, I mean, you remember different things, and you actually have time to sit down and think about the situation. You're like, wait a minute, like this don't make sense, and that, and then I mean, everything happens so quick with you, and I mean, I'm sure, like in that moment, you wouldn't really, like on a one-track mind, like thinking. You just react.
React.
Yeah.
But
So
but like I said, a while ago, I mean, really deep down in my heart, that's what I felt like had happened. I think that's the only reason why I went back up in there.
right,
I never heard nobody else's voice. I never heard no hollering. I never heard no talking. I never heard none of that.
right,
I heard somebody crying, a gunshot, crying stopped. So of course that's what I thought.
right. Well, yeah.
You best believe I didn't go in there not nervous. Of course I'm not. I was nervous going in there.
Right.
I didn't know what I was going to face, but I really deep down in my heart felt like that's what happened. Because I said to myself, "Oh my God, I hope what I think just happened didn't happen."
Right.
So I was just going in there to see what was happening, and it was just a pure mystery to me until I got to where the law was at, and he told me what had happened.
Right. Did you think that was weird that like they knew all that? Did you know that she didn't say her name on the 911 call?
She didn't say her name? Well, this is what the law told me. He said that he told me he drove 105 miles per hour from Wilmington. He got there as soon as he heard the call. So from him to get from Wilmington to the state park at 105 miles per hour, it didn't take him but a few minutes to get there.
Right.
But now, as far as the name, I'm just wondering if he might have figured that was her name when I told him. I don't know if he knew her name at the time or not. He just said, he told me a young lady had called. He didn't really talk. I hope I'm not lying to you, Veronica. I think that's what he told me.
Right.
That a young lady had called. But see, I had told him when I pulled it there to him, do you know because I said I couldn't see if it was Mica or Mica.
Right.
I said, you know a Mica or Mica Miller? He said, that's when he asked me, how do you know her? So I reckon, I don't know if that's where he got it from her name, or he already knew her name. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know,
Yeah.
He just told me a young lady had called and said that she was going to kill herself, where she was at, and wanted her parents to be able to find her quick.
Wow.
Like I said, I think he told me he was like on a 24-hour call. He had told me he had no sleep because he had just left a call that night from a young boy that had got shot. And then he told me this here had happened. But anyway.
Man, that's sad.
But yeah, I mean, it happened. From the time I heard the shot, okay, and from the time I heard the shot, done all I done, it got back to the land, and I'm gonna say it probably took maybe 20 minutes, and he might have already been there, I guess. So she done the call, and then she done what she done, or if she did do it herself, whatever.
Right.
She done it, and then I figure maybe. When I heard the shot, I went in there, come back out, got back to the land. I stayed up for about 20 to 25 minutes, maybe. That's just guesstimating now. I'm not sure.
Right.
But It wouldn't have took him from Lumberton to Princess Anne 20 minutes driving 105 mile an hour.
So there's a distance between Princess Anne and where y'all were at? Yeah.
Wait a minute, ask me that again.
There's like Princess Anne, it's not like a little street or something right over there at Lumberton. It's like a different area altogether.
Oh yeah. That's considered, Princess Anne is considered Orem district. ORRUM.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's not Lumberton now.
Okay, so
See,
it's not like a
see,
little
see.
street or something that, like a house where somebody would live.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a street coming to the river to where people stayed at.
Right.
If that's what you're asking me. But it's just the road that comes into the river to the park.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I could be there in maybe 15 minutes or so driving, well, maybe 15 or 20 minutes driving normal, you know.
Right.
But him, he probably got there in 10 minutes from Lumberton, because I can be in Lumberton from Fairmont. I can be in Lumberton maybe 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
5 to 7 minutes, maybe not 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. That made some other things make sense. Yeah, because I mean, people were thinking like it was a street or something, like a street that was like right over there, like where the maintenance guy or people that worked there lived or something.
No, there's just a road. It's just a street to turn off the road. Yeah, the street to go to the park.
Right.
You know, I was parked when I put it behind that wall. Her car was right there beside of me when I put it behind that wall. Her car was in that parking lot.
Oh wow.
I looked at the tag and it said South Carolina. Yeah, so that's her car right there. When I first got there that morning at that park, see, there's actually 2 parking places there.
Mm-hmm.
Her car was in the first parking place. Okay. When I got there, there was a bunch of people there. They'd get together, you know, they had guitars and stuff. I figured they was having a church get together or something like that. There was a bunch of people in there. But I don't know how long they stayed there because I went in the rear. I don't know how long it lasted. But I think she might have came in there and a bunch of people were still there and everybody wasn't paying no attention. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because there was so many people, her car coming there, and they weren't paying no attention in there. But then I got to think, well, maybe she was coming to that event that they were having there, you know?
Right.
But I don't know. I just can't get it in my head. Why in the world did she come down here?
Right. Yeah.
Why did she go through all that trouble? How did she know to even go there?
Right.
How did she, you know? And another thing too, I don't know if you heard about the part where they said she waded through water and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
She didn't do all of that. Her sister them told me that she didn't do that. Yeah, she didn't wade through waist deep water, because that water wasn't that high during that time. There wasn't nowhere in a path that water would have been that high for her to do something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There was water running across the path that her sister and them went through, but they told me it was probably above their ankles. But people had it like she waded out there in water.
Right. Yeah, like she was just out there doing a whole thing.
But I didn't know. I got thinking, what in the world? Why she wouldn't have done all of that?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That was like, that makes no sense. You want to be found quick, and and then you're hidden. So.
But I mean, wade through water, get on dry land, to do that to yourself.
Right. Yeah, and usually I know women, they usually take different routes. And they usually do it at some place that, like, home or, you know, something that's, I guess, like, more sentimental or something. And they don't usually go out
Right.
the way that she did, you know. They use other methods. So,
Yeah, and I talked with another girl that went to took classes for that. And she told me, she said, Johnny, she said, from what I was trained or taught, that people wouldn't even make a phone call like that because when they're in that state of mind,
yeah,
they're not thinking about doing stuff like that.
right,
You know?
right,
But then somebody else told me, said, well, Johnny, everybody's not the same. You know.
right, yeah, yeah. I mean, you do hear of cases where, you know, some people do, and then, you know, a lot of times I know, like with women, they'll, you know, leave a note or, you know, call someone that they love or something, kind of like goodbye. You know, so.
But I had different people that asked me, so what type of cry was it? And I couldn't really tell them. I was telling it was like maybe somebody had just got some bad news or something like that.
Right.
But then I did go on there and start looking at some people's comments and stuff, and there was one woman that made sense on the kind of cry that I could have described it as.
Right.
And this is exactly what and it made so much sense to me. This is the kind of cry it was, Ron. Because that woman says she might have been crying and talking to the Lord about what she was getting ready to do.
Oh, yeah, like, yeah.
Like a faint cry like that, you know.
Right.
Like she knew what she was getting ready to do, and she didn't really want to do it. It wasn't no real loud. It wasn't nothing like, you know.
Right. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
it was real. Like somebody might have got some bad news and was just out there trying to get herself together, and then all of a sudden, pow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me go grab this order real quick. I'll be right back.
I'm going to get off of here, love. If you want to talk to me, you got my number.
Okay, yeah, and I got you saved with the ringtone, so if you call, and I got you saved as JJ, so that way, you know, your name ain't just running out there.
Hey, it's JJ, baby.
J.
It's JJ.
Well, I'll add the extra J for you now.
I want my 3 J's.
And I'm gonna find me a paper bag too to make your picture on there.
Well, you didn't have to say all that. You be careful, okay?
All right, and you have a good night, Mr. Johnny.
You too, darling.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.